Hey guys, we're wrapping up the slide now. I wanted to give you some pictures of what we're doing, what it looks like. I'm not going to talk very long because we're running out of time here at the end of the day. We're going to get this prepped and primed tonight so that we can spray it first thing in the morning. But when we rebuild one of these, when we take it apart, there's nothing but fiberglass mat insulation in here. It's always trashed. It's always wet. That's part of the problem. On this particular slide, what happened was the slide floor pulled away from the wood structure. There's maybe too much weight or just vibration. I'm not exactly sure, but the slide floor pulled away from the corner just enough that it allowed water to start coming in. And once the water started coming in, the floor soaked it up and then the floor just disintegrated. So that's one of the reasons why we are priming and spraying the inside of the floors now. All of our floors are going to be waterproof top and bottom so that if water does get into this thing, it's not really going to have a chance to get into anything important. We're going to take some pictures and put those into the details, but I'm just trying to explain what's going on. We'll take a picture of the old floor. We're going to take a picture of the old siding too and tie those in. But when we go back, it's always rigid foam. This stuff isn't going to wick moisture in. It's closed cell rigid styrofoam. Get it at Home Depot if you want. We glue it in, so when it's glued in, the inside is glued to the outside essentially. So it gives it a lot more structure. It stiffens everything up. It still lets it flex a little bit, but most of that's gone away. And the stronger this whole structure is collectively, the less issues you're going to have down the road. One of the other things that we saw, this is the original siding. They were just punching this in with nails. We actually went in and countersunk wood screws into this. We want to keep that nice and tight. We've brought the floor out. We use automotive grade seam sealer in all of the windows. Then we're going to hit pause and I'm going to go around to the other side. All right, guys, so we're back. This wall's ready to go. It's glued together in here. The only thing left to do is to bring the window in. On the outside edges, we nail the outside edges in wood. We do an extra step of glue, and there's some screws along here if we're doing that, but this is all good and tight. This is only 5mm sheeting. The original construction of this had the fiberglass insulation in all these hollow cavities. And then there was just a super thin piece of aluminum on the outside. And the problem is if you're out and your kids are throwing balls or something like that, and you hit the side of this thing, it would have dented. But now with the blinds are falling around, but now if you smack this thing, it doesn't have the poly in it yet, but if you smack it, throw a baseball against it or something like that, it's going to have enough rigidity that it's not going to mess anything up. That's another reason that we do it. There's a purpose to just about everything that we do. We've got to flush cut the rest of this. We'll flush cut the end of that. The owner of this camper wanted to keep all of this interior completely original. So we kind of had to work around some of the stuff. Normally we would come in here, take all of this sheeting apart and redo the fixtures and go in with an interior paint, but that's not what he wanted. So that's fine. But this slide, this is done. The floor of this thing, it maybe not water completely proof because there are a couple of holes there that we had to drill in, but compared to even marine grade plywood, Advantech, or the original OSB that this camper was constructed with, there's no place for water to get into. You throw a 5-gallon bucket of water on this thing and it'll soak up into the walls. It'll soak up into the structure because it's a wood structure, but the floor itself's not going anywhere. And then we're going to take a picture, kind of giving Noah some cues. We use a real wide head bolt. I'm looking here. I don't see one. It's a wide head carriage bolt. And the original construction just had this floor basically a drywall screw screwed up. There's like 3 or 4 screws. The guys took this apart, but there's 3 or 4 screws along the wall 5 or 6 screws along the back wall. And basically, again, what happened is the floor dropped, water came in, everything came apart. So we're about ready. The next video, we're going to do a quick video tomorrow when we get ready to spray. But when you see this tomorrow, it's going to be completely masked, taped up, primed, and ready to spray. Well, you've seen that process already, so we'll be ready to go. That's all I got for now. Thanks, guys. Later.